Hey everybody, welcome to Barbecue by Biggs. I'm Aaron, and today it has cooled off. It's starting to be fall. What gets close to fall? That's right, Thanksgiving. So we have us a 20-pound turkey that we're gonna throw on the Lone Star Grills Mini and show you guys how to get that perfect smoked turkey for your Thanksgiving. If you wanna see that, come along with us. Stay tuned. So the thing about turkey is getting that consistent result, whether it's a 12-pound bird, 16-pound bird, or 20-pound bird. PS Seasonings has taken that guesswork out, and they provide this Tipsy Tom turkey kit that I'll tell you what, it has the brine, it has the rub, it has everything you need to have consistent results on your turkey. I'll have a link in the description below. This is what we're using. I'm gonna take you back to last night when we started this turkey. Stay tuned. All right, we're gonna knock this simple brine out. We're gonna take 1 quart of water, we're gonna add it to a large stock pot. That stock pot has to be big enough to hold at least 4 quarts of water. We're gonna add 1 quart of water, we're gonna bring that to a boil. Once it is boiling, we're gonna add our turkey brine mix. This turkey brine mix doesn't need to be measured out, just cut the top off, pour the whole thing into that boiling water. Once you have it stirred into that boiling water, you're gonna reduce the heat to a simmer. You're gonna simmer this for 5 minutes. Once you have it simmered for 5 minutes, we're going to start adding more water to it. So we have 3 more quarts of water that we're going to add to this, bringing the total water in this brine mix to 4 quarts of water. And then we're adding 2 beers. If you don't want to add beer, you don't have to. That's what the recipe calls for. But if you want to add apple juice or more water to it, you can skip the beer if you want. We added the 2 beers, and then you're going to make sure that you mix it real well and remove it from the heat. Once the pan cools down enough, you'll want to add it into the refrigerator to bring that temperature of the brine down to about 40 degrees. If you're in a hurry, you can add a little bit of ice to it, or you can just put it in your freezer and bring that temperature down very, very quickly. Once your brine mix is down to that 40 degrees or close to it, take the supplied large Ziploc bag that they sent you and just slide your turkey down into the bottom of this thing, breast side down. Now you want the turkey to be most of the meat down towards the bottom. If you can't get the turkey breast side down sideways into the bag, then straight down like we have it here is just fine. So we position this so that breast is down towards the bottom, and then we're just going to take that brine and dump it over the top of it. So we got us a cup here. We're going to take this brine, dump it over the top of it, and then once it gets to a workable level into that stock pot, we'll just dump the rest of it right over the top. Hey, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button at the bottom. It really helps the channel. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, hey, if you want to see more cooks like this, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you guys won't miss a cook. So we'll get the rest of this brine put on this bird, and then we'll get it zipped up and then put it back into the refrigerator. Now it's going to stay in the refrigerator for about 12 hours, and then we're going to take it out tomorrow and get it on the smoker. We're going to smoke this at 250 degrees for a couple hours, and then we're going to bump that temperature up to 275 degrees to finish it off. Once you have all the brine in there, just zip it up very, very tightly and check that zipper seal just a couple of times to make sure that you're not going to have any leakage. Get you a large pan or one of those disposable pans to drop this thing in. So, hey, you know what? You never know what happens. It may leak into your refrigerator, and you don't want all this brine leaking into that refrigerator. So we took a disposable pan, we just dropped it right in the disposable pan, and then put it right into the refrigerator. Hey everybody, if you don't have one of these turkey kits, you can always pick one up in the description below. But if you don't have time to get one, we also have directions to make your own brine at the bottom with a couple of add-ins. Remember, brine is salt, water, and whatever else you want to add flavor. It's no big deal. If you want to make it yourself, go right ahead. So we'll have those in the description below, and you guys can make your own brines. So as you can see, we took those cherry chunks, we put those cherry chunks underneath the charcoal. That makes a big difference. I don't know why it does, but it does. We've tried them on top, we've tried them on bottom. The bottom works the best. So those cherry chunks spread out underneath. We have the B&B charcoal on the top. Left a pocket up here in the front. We're gonna dump those hot coals from the chimney in there. Got about 3/4 of a chimney we're gonna put in the front here. We used all the old coals from the previous cooks, kind of kicked them around here. Probably won't need them, but they're there just in case. We'll probably only use about that much fuel today, so we'll get those coals, put them in the pocket, get it closed up. All right, we'll let it come up to 250 degrees and get this thing going. A couple of them sticking. So we got the turkey out of the brine, we rinsed it off with cool water, and then we took some paper towels and we patted it dry. We added it back into the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to let it tack up. We are going to use a binder on this. You can use either French's mustard, you can use mayonnaise, you can use oil. We don't like to use the oil because the oil, when it heats up, seems to run off a little bit with your rub. So we're using the PS seasonings, Brew City beer mustard, garlic brown. This stuff is really great on turkey, chicken, just about anything, especially brats. But that's what we're using. You guys can use whatever you prefer to use. Now they did send in that packet of PS seasoning, they sent Cockadoodle Brew. This is a honey ale rub, and I tell you what, this is some good stuff on beer can chicken or on regular chicken. But this is what they sent in that kit that we were talking about. This is what we're using. You can use any rub that you want to use and kind of just do it similar to what we're doing, but that's what's in the kit. So we'll bring you in close and get this thing rubbed up. All right, we're gonna start with the backside first. We're just gonna put a little bit on here. Get that all rubbed into the crevices. You don't need a whole lot, just enough to get that rub to stick. Get this rubbed up. You don't want a whole lot on there, because if you do have a whole lot on there, you might be able to taste it a little bit more and change the color of the turkey a little bit. So just a light coating, as you can see that we're doing here. All right. Then we're just take this rub and just shake it on there. This is the back side, so we'll do that first. Rub it in a little bit. Get a good coating everywhere. Make sure you get underneath the armpits. All right. On with the mustard again. All right. Legs good and coated. All right, then just take your rub, add that on. This will go a little heavier on because it's on the front side. Get that in there. Some in the hand, get on them sides and those armpits. Oh yeah, looking good. Don't forget your legs. Then we'll take it, the rest of it, pour it right down in that cavity. Push that in that cavity. All right, got it good and rubbed up, ready to go on. All right, so we got the pit up to 250 degrees. We're gonna get the turkey on here. If you're not using the Lone Star grills, any kind of grill will work, especially offset. Just make sure it's 250 degrees. We'll stick that on now. All right, so underneath this bird, we're gonna put just a little bit of apple juice and a drip tray. We're gonna run it about 250 degrees for about 2 hours. We'll bring you guys back to see what the color looks like. So we'll see you then. Hey buddy, what are we cooking today?
Smoked turkey.
You like smoked turkey?
Yeah.
Is it your favorite?
Yeah.
All right, we're 2 hours in. Let's check this bird out. Oh yeah, it's coming along nicely. Pull it out a little bit here. Looking good. We're just gonna stick this probe in the deepest part of that breast so we can monitor those temperatures. Get that out of the way. We're gonna take some melted butter We'll take that melted butter and just dribble it right there on top. You don't want to rub too much, just kind of just dimple it in on there. Yeah, looking good. All right, so it's been on about 2 hours at 250. We're gonna bump this thing up to 275 and cook it at 275 for the rest of the way through. What we're looking for is about 160 at the breast. Then we'll tin it with foil and it'll come up to temperature. So we'll check this thing back in about an hour or so, and I'm gonna bring you in and let you look at the color so far. As you can see, that rub is stuck real good. The color's coming along, got a good smoky color. Yep, good looking bird so far. So, all right, you know what they say, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. So we will close this up and we'll see you guys probably about an hour, hour and a half. See you then. All right, we're 4.5 hours in on this turkey cook. Let's look in and see how it's doing. The internal temperature from our probe that's in the breast says we're about 161 degrees, which is about right, but we're gonna test all over the turkey to make sure that we're where we need to be before we pull this off. So let's look in on it. All right, so we've been going for about 4.5 hours. 2 of those hours were at 250 degrees. The last 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 35 minutes, have been at 275. Let's see what this thing looks like. Oh yeah, the color looks great. Let me get y'all in here and look at this thing. Woo, color looks good. Turkey looks great. Let's probe it up and see how it's doing. Yep, this bird is done. We're gonna get it pulled off. We're gonna tin it with foil, and then we'll bring you guys back for the slice and the cut. Hey everybody, after 4.5 hours, this thing is done. The color looks great. That dark mahogany brown. The rub set in real nice. This is a good looking bird. So let me bring you in, cut into it. Let's get a taste of it. All right, we're gonna get in here and get a cut of it. Let's just cut some of this breast away here. Get that wing out of the way. Just take a slice of this breast. Oh goodness. I don't know if you can see that running out of there. Let me cut a little deeper. Look at that juice just running down there. I don't know if you can see that down there, just running out of there. You see that good solid pink line right through here? That's your smoke line on that turkey. Holy moly. Looks delicious. All right, let me get a cut of this. Get a taste of it for you guys. Take that skin with me too. All right, let's get a taste of this juicy turkey. That'll make you smile at any Thanksgiving. If you haven't tried the PS Seasonings Turkey Kit, you guys need to give it a try. There's a hint of something there. But man, it is so tender, so juicy. I'm telling you, right through skin, delicious. See you on the next cook. Thanks for coming by.